No one is worse off than Li Tu at the moment. I don't know how many stitches he had received earlier. His entire back had been cut into a pattern of 7 fingers. Could these patterns be some kind of spell? Under the pressure of Wu Qi, Dr. Leon could only open up the wounds that had already been stitched up. When Wu Qi, who was used to seeing life and death, saw the scars on Li Tu's back, he didn't feel anything. Then he took out his torch and carefully examined the pattern on Li Xiaoyu's back. Afterwards, he gently ran his finger around the scar. At the same time, a black line would appear where his finger crossed. Could this black line be the species that had burrowed into Li Tu's head? After Wu Qi confirmed that there was such a thing, he knew it was a done deal. By the next day, Li Tu was told that he needed to go to the desert with Wu Qi, because Li Tu was Wu Qi's only lead to Gutanjing. It turned out that the mysterious box that Li Tu had opened earlier was brought back from the desert by Wu Qi's man Huang Yan. It was said to contain a clue to Gutanjing, but it was accidentally opened by Li Tu. Therefore, the contents of the box also came to Li Xiaoyu's possession, and before he died, Huang Yan carved the design onto Li Tu's back. So now Li Tu has inexplicably entered the trap set by Wu Qi. On the way to the desert, Wu Qi told Li Tu the preliminary plan. It turned out that they weren't going alone. Instead, they were disguised as a camera crew. They needed to go to the desert with an expedition team. During this trip, Wu Qi assumed the name Guan Zhen. He was a professional photographer, while Li Tu and Wang Meng were assistants. They soon met up with the expedition team. The big boss of the expedition was Ma. He has a powerful female henchman called Suna, and the reason they asked Wu Qi to come with them, because they heard that Wu could help them find Gutanjing. Wu Qi told them he needed to find a man who could find the sea in the desert, because the sea in the desert moves. They needed to find the entrance to Gutanjing according to the movement of the sea. Soon Wu Xiad led the team to the sea finder, but when they entered, there was an accident. The man who was looking for the sea had hanged himself in the house. Surprisingly, Wu Qi didn't react at all. He not only ate the leftover food, he even asked Wang Meng to pack away all the leftover wine. Just as they were about to leave the house with their things, suddenly, a man hugged Li Tu's leg. The child was almost scared out of his wits, so this man faked his death. He already knew that Wu Qi was coming to find him to go to Gutanjing, so he tried to fake his death to get by, because there is a legend that has been circulating in their area. No one who went to Gutanjing ever came back alive, but Wu Qi was not that easy to fool. He knew that this man was an alcoholic. If he took away his wine, it would be like killing him. In order to invite him, Wu Qi had Wang Meng bring out a bottle of good wine. It was said to be a white wine unearthed from a tomb in the Song dynasty. The aroma of the wine immediately brought out the man's drinking bug. For the sake of the wine, he turned around, grabbed the stuff and ran after Wu Qi. Finally the group was assembled, and the expedition began.